We begin tonight with Cam Jordan, who is currently on the COVID-19 list after testing yesterday. Cam is back in the news today on a much different note, being selected by his peers from the Saints organization for the Man of the Year and up for the Walter Payton Award. It is a huge honor, and it's the second time for him being nominated. And number 94, Cam Jordan, joins us now. And Cam, we always forget to ask this right off the bat when this situation happens. And first and foremost, how are you feeling? How are things going?
I'm in the COVID protocol, and I'm just trying to string two negatives together. I feel fine. Honestly, I just got done running in my own backyard not too long ago. I feel just fine, which sort of sucks. But when you're in this predicament, when you're in the situation that I'm in, you just have to deal with it. I just feel like I'm blessed to, I guess, be asymptomatic or be carrying or be able to go run and work out or whatever.
And I got to believe it's only been 2 days of isolation, but knowing you're already stir crazy.
Luckily I got a pretty decent sized backyard, I think, for Metairie anyways.
So that helps.
I'm able to run around. I got a little stationary bike, so I'm just working out like 3 times a day now. So
2 things. I guess because the way the schedule worked out, you guys were not. It was not a typical situation where it was a Thursday game that everybody was off for a few days. So you really weren't. I guess which has to make you feel a little better. So you weren't allowed. It wasn't like a typical situation where you were at camp every day. Y'all were practicing in meetings and all that stuff.
Right. It was great that I guess nobody else was. I don't even know how to say it, contaminated.
Well, yeah, close contact. I'm not saying that it's good that it was somebody else, but you're right that it wasn't a typical situation, that there wasn't a lot of close contact with other teammates.
Right, which is a great thing. Because we're already thin at
everywhere. You're vaccinated, so you had to have been stunned, right?
Especially with the protocols at hand. There's always some sort of, I guess, circumstance. But I'm just, again, you feel fine and you take a test. Like I took one, whatever it was, Friday after the day after the game, and then come in Monday to a positive. So, that's when your mind goes awry. You start doing all the reading where it could be a 2 to 14 day gestation period. It's all this, it's all just culminating. I feel like I'm going into a rabbit hole, just all the reading and research I've done. I'm over here looking up the different types of zinc or vitamin C or whatever I can take to try and, the natural supplements I can take to get back to the field, try and boost this immune system. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that I'm blessed enough to know that I'm asymptomatic, but also, again, it was a different weekend where at least the teammates and, family weren't exposed to this. My family tested negative, so team good, family good. We just have to deal with what I got to deal with.
Well, that is good news, and that's kind of that's what I was saying. It's like we don't want a hurricane to come here, but we don't want it to go somewhere else. We just don't want it to come here, and so you don't want to put other people at harm's risk either. And so that was yesterday's news, but a first chance for us to talk to you. But today's news, you get named for the Saints the 2021 Man of the Year. So you're up for the Walter Payton Award. It's not your first time. You were up for it in 2017, which I think is even more impressive to have it twice in the last 4 years. Give me your just initial reaction to when you heard that.
It's always a phenomenal feeling to be appreciated for the work you do in the community, but it's about the community at hand. It's the United Way work coming back from the hurricane. It's trying to give back to the community each and every way. It's because it's COVID. It's the the Zoom calls to different classrooms, and it's probably because of COVID I'm able to have a broader reach, talking to different schools or classes that I normally would not be able to. You think about, of course, the Crescent City Corps and teaming up with them, and the third-party training that, we've had as an additional training to what the NOPD has done, and just going through this first cohort that I've been a part of it, and looking to the future, saying, how much better can we be as a community?
172 consecutive games. You've done everything right, and it's unfortunate as it can be. I mean, if I had told you 5 years ago what's going to end your consecutive game streak on 171 consecutive starts would be something that you had done everything right against, you'd have probably just laughed.
You know, we can never see the future, man. We can only play this game with the best of our abilities and give everything we have every time we touch the field, because we don't know what's next. You know, you never know what's going to be your last play. You never know if the next game is going to be guaranteed. All you do know is when you step on the field, you got to give everything that you got.
Well, ironically, Demario Davis was here earlier. I saw him earlier today, and he's number 2 on some of the lists. I mean, everybody does it differently, whether it's defense or defensive end or whatever. He's number 2 on a consecutive position list to you. And I'm like, and I said, this is the one thing you never really wanted to get ahead of him on, because that meant that Cam wasn't playing for whatever reason. And he's like, you're exactly right. You don't want to be number 1. You don't want to pass somebody in this situation.
Right.
Both of you, but just stalwarts. What was the experience, Walter Payton, like, and the Man of the Year? Because it's not like, hey, everybody voted for you and you move on. I mean, irrespective of where the Saints are, hopefully they'll be right there with you in California for the Super Bowl. You're part of that weekend, correct?
I believe so. You know, being a second-time nominee, I guess. Yeah, there's some events that happen. I mean, as much as I am, again, excited and feel blessed to be acknowledged for the WPMOY, I definitely think that, you know, we've got to focus on, 1, getting back to the team, and 2, trying to find a win. And, of course, you know, the third part would be continue giving back to my community, you know, the city of New Orleans, the city of Metairie, Kenner. You know, I think that, again, it's always great to get your flowers while you're alive, but we still have more work to do. So I'm going to continue pushing to be better each and every day.